Okay guys, welcome to the Goleta Beach Challenge. This is the new, I haven't even tried to focus this yet. Now you see just barely touching it. Yep. Focus throw is hyper minimal. I actually think I had it better just right at the beginning. Oh, now I can see just a little bit of focus peeking around the nest. Just a little bit though. Okay, so now we're looking right below this nest. So this is what they were talking about, that they're feeding their babies. Those babies are pretty big though. They're not babies anymore, but I can see that they're feeding them. I can see they're like waiting to get food. Okay, so 1 minute there is caught. Wait for it to stabilize them a little bit. Okay, so I'm changing up the settings a little bit. This is a 23.89 on the frames per second. We got a 216 shutter. I'm at f19 and I'm at 250 ISOs with a 6500 white balance. It says 15.3 on my battery. 15.3 on my battery. All right, so what we have here is we have a Canon extender EF2X Series 3 that I got from Craig down in Santa Barbara. I can't remember his name now. Elevated Horizons, that's it. Elevated Horizons. He's a professional photographer with a professional office down in Santa Barbara. So if anybody needs him, I'd highly recommend Greg at Elevated Horizons. I thought he worked at an elevator company, but no, it's Elevated. Okay, 1 minute. We're cutting this off. Okay, wait for it to stabilize. There we go. Yeah, this lens is working really good now that I have the extender on there. So I'm in stabilize mode 1. Stabilize is on. I'm in manual focus. And I'm at 3 meters to infinity. I think that would be better at long distance because I wouldn't even, trying to focus in at 1.5 meters would be ridiculous because I'm filming very far away. My focus is set to infinity. Well, okay, there's a 8 that's like infinity, and then there's the first thing is an L. It's right on the corner of the L, straight up. It's like if the lens was just totally straight, you know? Again, we're at 23 frames a second, 216 shutter, and we're at iris is f19, ISO 250. I'll tell you, what I have it set is, now the histogram is whatever. It's just to the left. I will start to the left. The first, maybe not even a quarter, and then it just starts coming up slowly, and then it's just pretty flat all the way up until it's like clipping right at the end. Let me see. 1 minute. See, that definitely works. Let me see now. I'm gonna shut down the ISO. No, that's not gonna work. I definitely need ISOs. Let's just set it at 400. We'll put the shutter at 120. Then I can't stop it down there. F17. F17. There's 144. It's just doing the same histogram, but it's clipping now before the very end. And then it's, a big spike there. I wonder if I shut this, how far to let me go. So it'll let me go to f32. That's f32 right there. I think it pushed the clip just over to the left more by closing it down all the way. All right, let me cut this off. Now the histogram, this clip is really, This is all changed up. Okay, this is 23.89 frames a second. This is a 150 shutter. This is an iris of f8.3, and I've got the ISOs bumped up to 3200 with a white balance of 56. Wow, look at the bird on the far right. Behind that branch. That looks really good, actually. Let me move over to try to showcase that bird right there. I mean, that's got to be pretty close on the color rendition right there. Look at that cormorant on the branch to the right that's like digging on its thing. Okay, again, so 23, 150, f8, 3200. I'm still not getting a very good histogram. The image stabilization, it's like really windy out right now. And when I turn the camera on to start recording, it shakes a little bit at first, but then it stables right up, man. I don't know if that's a stabilization working or because it's on a tripod, but does look a little bit flat though, don't it? Looks a little bit flat. So we're gonna go to the classic 180 shutter. It didn't help we're gonna put it on 400 ISOs. I'll put it on 500. Well, that didn't do anything for it. There's 1600. There's 1250 right there. That actually looks pretty good. Let me see. Now that changed up the histogram, so we're at 23.8, 9, 180 shutter, 5.6, 1250 ISO, with 5600 on the white balance. I got 43 minutes of record time. Battery voltage is 15.1 volts. So I've dropped 2 digits from 15.3. There you can see the wind moving it. That's hitting the tripod right there. I really like that composition right there. That's awesome. I just can't zoom out. I'm locked. I'm locked at 300. No. Okay, there I'm shooting directly into the sun. We're at 23.89, 180 shutter. Iris is f32, and we're 100 ISOs, 5600 white balance. Okay, so let me pan around now. Oh, when I put my hand on it, see that it's doing some kind of flaring thing. That's a cloudy day, sunny day. There's the light bulb thing, so that's 3200 white balance right there. 3200, looking straight into the sun again. Like basically straight into the sun. You can see it flaring in there. I don't know. Okay, 23 frames is 180 shutter, 22 iris, 100 ISOs. Wow. Wow. I'm filming right into the sun. This changed it all up. This changed the whole game. Now I'm at 23, 180. But I shut it down, I got it up to an f8. Really got interesting when I started lowering an f8. Let me see. Let's go all the way down. Okay, so it'll only let me go to an f5.6. That's as low as I can go. So I've got a Blackmagic 4K with a 2x extender series 3 and a 300 millimeter IS lens. The IS lens I got from Greg Goldenberg at Building Art. I would highly suggest him if you need a new house. Point Dune or Malibu or somewhere down there. Okay, now this is a totally different contexture. We've got the foothills in the mountain being lit up by the setting sun. And then I'm at 23-180 f8, 32 ISOs, and a 3200 white balance. Let's change that white balance up to a sunny day. Let's put that on a rainy house. No, that's 4500. A cloudy day, 6500. I'm still leaning, look guys, I'm gonna put it at 6100 over a sunny day, pushing towards a cloudy day. That looks to me, if I gotta match it up in the monitor as close as it really is. So we've got a near telephone pole on the far right, and then we've got a low pole right in the contexture where we're going. Oh wow, I can see it pretty good right there. Okay, so the histogram is all the way over to the left. So it bumps up, and it rides down, bumps up, and then it clips out. Then it clips out. And it's all on the first third of the left side. Now this is what I'm talking about, guys, right here. Now I can see way better. So I'm at 23 frames a second, 180 shutter. I'm at an f32. I'm all the way stopped down. 3200 ISO, 6100 white balance. Now the histogram's clipping right over to the middle of the left side. It comes up, it's the same thing, but I just put it down to f32 and I said, man, I gotta record this. I gotta record this contexture. Because I really think it's a good shot. Because we have the foreground, and then you can see the two telephone poles. You can actually almost see this guy's field. I should go over by these two poles and film closer to this hill and these two poles. I think I'm going to go with this right now. Look at this is 180, 23 frames, 180, 32 f32, 3200 ISO, 6100 white balance. Now it's just like a mountain. The histogram is just like a mountain. From a third over, and then it just comes up like a mountain, and then it comes down. It's really nice. Let's go back to a more. That's f32. Let's go f15. Wasn't that weird? Like f20 is like this, but f15 is that. Oh, now it just moved the clip all the way over to the right. Wow. Okay, 3200. There's 1250. Now they say you shouldn't put it on 1250. Oh, that brought it back to being a mountain again. But it's got a peak on the left. It goes up to mountain, then it goes down, and then makes a little peak. That's interesting. Let's go up to the trees. So the sun is behind us now. This is the contexture that I was really looking at right here. But I thought it would be this one right here. This, where the sun is hitting these trees right there. And I'm getting focus peaking on those trees. And the histogram changed up. Instead of being a mountain, it's just like a little sand hill that comes off. Wow, that's amazing how it changed up. I wonder what I could do. I'm going to tell you that's a long way away. I'm calling that, half a mile. Half a mile. You definitely don't like that histogram. I don't know. I'm gonna open it at f8. See what that looks like. .500 ISOs. That's not good. Now that's filming straight into the sun right there. F32, 108 shutter, 120, 144, 150, 172, 180, 216. So yeah, obviously it's not going to blow it all the way out. So let's shut it all. So if I go shutting it down, so if you're filming straight into the sun and you shut it down to like an F15, I actually liked it better at like F30. That looked more realistic right there. So this is getting really interesting, guys. Did you see how now you see how the sun days a little crazy? If I had an ND64 on there right now, if any company wants to send me an ND64, I would really need one right now. Right now I would need one. I need it for my 300 IS. Okay guys, I could get that straight. So again, yeah, I would need a ND64 for this shot right here. We've got 23 frames, 22 shutter. I'm at 22.5 shutter. So this is where the shutter comes in. Is how bright is your subject. Like I could shut the shutter all the way to 15, 11. There it went to 360. Now what do you like more, 360 or 11? 360 or 11? And that stopped down to f32. Let's open up the f-stop. Look at it, got darker. There's a f10. What do I got to do? Open up the ISOs now? There's a native. Wow! Watch this flare now. That's the flaring. That's the sun just going right down the barrel onto the sensor. Look at it. It almost looks like it's burning my sensor up. All right, I'm not going to do. I wish I had an ND64. See you guys. I had an ND64. Okay guys, so these are all camera tests. I've got a really interesting setting going right here. This is 23, 180, 5.9 on the iris, so the lens is all the way open, 3200 on the ISOs, and I'm at a 10,000 white balance. I'm maxed out the white balance, so I've went to every end of each setting. We did the 360 shutter. You guys want to see what it looks like with the 360 shutter? Look, that was 180, 216, 270, 320, 360. That looks awesome. I mean, there's not a setting that doesn't look good. That's my message to Blackmagic. I mean, unless you're blown out or clipping, I mean, I wish I could post my histograms over this. Let's see, let's lower the white balance. There's 6500. Now it looks like it's kind of bluey. Let me see. Yeah, I think that focus has just got to be right at that one spot. That's just how it is. I don't think I'm going to be able to focus it any better. That's a really interesting setting though. Now I'm at 6500 white balance. I'm looking for that one bird. I haven't seen him yet. That's the main nest with all the my Instagram looks about right. That's about as good as I can get it, guys. Hey, come check this out, bro. You got that big lens? Come check this out. I've got a 2x extender series 3 with a 300 IS, and I'm looking straight at the moon. I'm at a 23 frames, 360 shutter. Let's cut that down to 180, see what happens.
Yeah, get a bit darker.
Yeah, it'll get darker.
Oh, you stopped all the way down to f20.
Yeah, I'm stopped way down. I can go to 32, but check it out. When you stop it down, it's kind of a lie what it does. Like there, that looks pretty good. That's pretty accurate right there, huh? F11,
Yeah.
180 shutter, 5600 white. I'm at 1000 ISO. Let's put it at 400, which is the native ISO.
I mean, if it's just the moon, you can probably open it up a little bit as well.
Now I can open it up a little more. Let's go down to F8.
That's awesome. Is that the...
That's awesome, huh?
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, this is the Black Magic. We're recording. This is going to YouTube. We're at a minute recording time. So guys, we're at 23, 180 shutter, F8, ISO 400, 56 white balance, which is the sunny day. I really lean towards this cloudy day.
Warm it up a bit.
Yeah, I really it didn't do it though.
I mean, so you
There. Now, do you think that's accurate, or do you think the sunny day was more accurate?
It's like sunny day? I think the sunny day is probably more accurate, but it's also,
I mean, look at it. Yeah.
That's what you want.
Now, how much magnet? Now, so I've got the 2X extender with the 300 micro 4/3 body with the viltrox. So I should be out to like.
Viltrox,
we got 600.
Is it a speed booster?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, so it should be at 600 then. That's what
I should be well over 600.
Well, if it's a speed booster going back to full frame.
No, it's going to micro 4/3.
Oh, in which case, yeah, you're out at like 1800 or something. That's ridiculous. Sorry, 18,000. That's ridiculous.
But I mean, now you see the moon's been going up. I had it in the frame. Look at how much it's moved out of frame now. Check this out. Like I was really doubting. Let me stop recording.
Dude,
I'm gonna go with that. I'm going with that. Look at how you can see it like it's small. I'm leaving this one. We're going. This is gonna be. So this is gonna.
It's a micro.
How big's the sensor?
Micro 4. Dude, that's bad.
So it's
I gotta be careful what we say. We're recording. This is gonna go live to YouTube just like it is.
So sweet.
Dude, let me see this. You just leave it on?
Yeah. Well, it's because I use it for birds.
Yeah.
Put strap on.
All right. Why is it that heavy?
Well, when you swing it around, it's
yeah, but you got no viewfinder, like pop-up viewfinder.
Oh no. Well, I use it for.
You gotta hold it up like this.
No, if you just put your eye out.
Wow.
Push this guy back here.
It just stays in focus all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Let me see how fast it is. Let's see how fast it is.
Push that button. It's pretty much will instantly grab it.
Dude, do you watch Camera Conspiracies?
I do not know.
Oh, dude, I love that. Wow, how fast this is.
Yeah. It's
dude,
not,
this is a whole different, but this is a lot. This is real money right here. This is.
Yeah. Well, it's all a couple generations old at this point. But
oh, it's not the A1.
No, A9. The real my trick is just buy stuff that all the professionals are getting rid of.
That's what everything here is used.
Yeah, that's the right way of doing it.
Well, we can't. I got all that crazy. Really? Yeah, and I just got one. I got smoke. Sweet. Dude, look at that! It looks like some crazy movie.
That's super sick. I think we've got to run, but
wait 1 second.
Yeah, stop with it.
Wow, that's insane.
What was your name again?
Dave Peterson.
Dave. Good to meet you.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah, I'll leave the stuff on you.
Like and subscribe. Yeah. You'll help me out, man. Dude, that was insane. Dave, really nice to meet you, man.
That's what you as well, Dave.
And I remember. Okay, here we are recording again the moon. So this turned out to be a moon video in the end. Now that I got this big long, so we got a 2X, we got the extender EF23 Series 3 with the 300 high S. I'm getting really tired, but 21-second recording time. Battery's down to an hour and 49 minutes. Battery voltage is 14.4 now. 14.4. FPS shutter 180. F18. No, F8. 400 ISOs. The Goleta Beach Challenge. So the name of this video is going to be Goleta Beach 21, and it's going to be the Goleta Beach Challenge, birds and moon. That's it. I turned around and I saw the moon, and that's it. I started filming the moon. And look at how it's climbing in the frame. This is actually an amazing video. So we're at 23 frames a second, 180 F8, 400, ISO 6100 white balance. I warmed it up a little bit, as the guy said. I'm just going to film the moon. That's it. I'm just going to let the moon climb in the frame. Image stabilization works really well. I mean, if I had a better tripod, I'm trying to steady it. Actually, touching it is worse. The wind is hitting it. Okay, so the moon's climbing. It's going to be an amazing night for camping. A big shout out to all the crew at Elevate. The moon is elevating right now. Elevate kites. 14XS, I think. 14SX. So yeah, big shout out to Chris at Elevate. Moon's coming up, man. There's a full moon is rising. Moves fast too. Look at how it's climbing in the frame. That's amazing. We're still at the same setting. Okay, now we put it at 172 shutter. We're 6100. 172 f8. I don't know if I open that up a little bit. What's my histogram look like? It's terrible. Let's see. Let's just open it all the way up. There's 5.6. Let's let all the light in we can. F5.6. Okay, we're letting in all the light we can. 5.6. F400. Bump it up to... There's 800. Wow, that's awesome. There is 23 frames, 172 shutter, f5.6. f5.6. ISO 800. 6100 on that white balance. Let's go down to 50, 61, 6000. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. How fast it climbs in the frame too. It's amazing. Okay, 172 shutter, f5.6, 23 frames a second, ISO 800, 6000 white balance. I think I'm going to try ISO 3200. I want to try all these different shot, guys. So we're at 72. I stopped it all the way down to an f32. ISO 4000. 6000 on the white balance. I wonder where we could go. There's 1250. I don't know where's there. Go back to 400. That's f32. It's got like a flare in there somewhere. I wonder if it's 5.6. I'm not finding the sweet spot now. All right, let me turn this off. Okay, here's a more traditional setting. So this is a f8 3200 ISO. So that's right at the second ISO. 6000 white balance. 72 on the 172 on the shutter. I'm moving the, because I want to keep it in the center of the frame if possible. All right, so that's about enough with the moon. Big full moon tonight. I'll be getting this out. Can't. Let me move it back. I kind of want to have it in frame. There. All right. I don't know. There's 5.6. There's f12. That actually looks like... Oh yeah. Okay. Let me not touch the camera here for a second. That is dynamite right there. So we're at 23 frames a second. Here, let's do a high frame rate shot. Here we are on high frame rate, guys. I'm getting hit by a blast of wind right now. So this is, I had to put it at f5.6, which is the most open I could. 3200 white balance, 72 shutter. There's a 150 shutter. Maybe I'll check the false color here, see what it looks like. It looks pretty cool. It definitely changes though each time. So this is Dave's astrophotography. Dave's astrophotography. Ay, pinche. Okay, last shot of the night, guys. I only got 7 minutes of recording time left. So a big shout out to my family, a big shout out to Santiago Peterson, a big shout out to Gabriela Bajes, big shout out to Alejandro, Alex Badges, big shout out to all my buddies down there at the harbor. It's really emotional seeing them yesterday. Big shout out to all the crew. Big shout out to Gerald Paulin. Big shout out to Chris at Camera Conspiracies. Big shout out to Casey Neistat. A big shout out to Jamie O'Brien. Big shout out to Ben Gravy. Big shout out to the Slingshot crew, everybody up there in the Hood River. Moon's coming up. You know when it's a full moon here, it's a full moon everywhere in the world. It's not just a full moon. It's everywhere in the world it's a full moon. I don't know if this shot works. ISO 10,000. Okay, there we are, 172 shutter, f5.6, 3200 white balance. I figured the moon was getting brighter, so it's got to be getting brighter because the sun's hitting it, and the sun has went down, so it's got to be getting brighter. So again, we're with a viltrox 1.71x viltrox EF M2